I want the key to this drawer here. Look, I'm in a hurry now. I can always blow it off. Don't be a bigger fool, Lou. Hand it over. I choose to wait for my attorney. I want to make sure that he will tell me that this search warrant is valid or not.
It's valid. Don't worry.
Well, we'll see about that, Scorphio. I will sue the city for harassment, invasion of privacy, if there's anything illegal about this search warrant.
Don't waste your breath.
I have connections.
Obviously. By the way you walked into prison and recruited Sean Donnelly. You know, it's a pretty shady lot you got back there. Makes for interesting reading. Have a look.
What is this?
Dossiers on that dirty half dozen you're dealing with. Nasty bunch. Have a look.
I'll have my attorney take care of that.
Yeah, well, you better get here soon. In the meantime, hand over the key to the drawer, unless, of course, you want to go on record as resisting a court order.
Here.
Thank you. Well, what have we got here?
Oh, Felicia, how can I ever thank you? Oh, I don't want to thank. I know you're putting yourself on the line with Robert, and I didn't mean you Frisco like this.
I know what it's like to be in love and to be kept apart, let me tell you.
Well, I thank you.
Look, do you know what's happened to make Frisco want to come out of hiding?
Oh, no, nothing. When Suki called me, he just said Frisco wanted to see me in person.
No hint at all?
No, nothing.
Okay.
He just, he hasn't told me anything, but, maybe this time.
If he explains himself to you, that's between you two, and it's nobody else's business. If he trusts you enough to share himself with you, don't betray that trust. That's the way it should be between two people that love each other.
It's one of the reasons why I admire you. You never stand in judgment.
Well, how could I with people that I love? I mean, I've made enough mistakes in my life not to judge other people. I'll give you an hour or so. I'll keep Robin upstairs.
Oh, what about Robert?
He got a search warrant for Wu's office, so I'm sure he's going to be very occupied for a long time.
Now, spare me the legal bourgeois. I want to talk about the gun. Is it yours?
You heard what my lawyer said. I don't have to answer any of your questions.
One more time, Mr. Scorphio. Direct your questions to me.
So, your legal mouthpiece has spoken.
Now, as you were saying, Commissioner.
The gun.
Are we back on that?
You make it sound like a minor annoyance.
Well, it would seem so. It certainly won't present any problem.
I'll be the judge of that. Whose is it?
It's registered to Kim Sung, who acts as his grandfather's bodyguard on certain occasions.
What occasions?
During business hours.
You know, I don't know of too many businessmen that require an armed guard.
My client needs one. He carries large amounts of cash around for business purposes. Not only cash, sometimes securities, sometimes both. It's a matter of common knowledge in the Asian quarter.
Ergo, Wu needs protection.
Yes. Sad but true.
Maybe it's true, but sure is interesting. How much protection are we talking about here?
I don't understand your question.
Take a whiff. This thing's been fired in the not-too-distant past. Under what circumstances, I wonder? You don't mind me running a ballistics test on this, do you? Or maybe you three required a little conference.
Oh, don't misunderstand, Commissioner.
How could I misunderstand when you haven't even answered my question? But I can sure draw a conclusion from your lack of response.
Well, of course, I have no objections to a ballistics test.
Good. You've got it.
you done this time?
Okay, folks, it's about that time. How about some lunch, huh?
No thanks, Trixie. I have to get back to the hospital.
Oh, listen, you may change your mind when you find out what the specials are.
Oh, thanks.
Corned beef and cabbage, chicken fricassee, huh? Okay, I can take a hint.
Thank you.
Why? Why did you have to go on television like that?
Please, Jade, it's done. I don't want you to suffer the consequences.
I'm already suffering the consequences. You're telling me you don't want to see me anymore. How am I supposed to react to that?
Well, how do you think I'd feel if something happened to you because of me?
We're together now. Nobody even notices us. Maybe if we just
There are
went far
no
away.
maybes here. I'm telling you, we cannot see each other. This is the last time. Do you understand that?
If you had cared about us at all, you wouldn't have gone on TV in the first place.
I'm sorry I had something to do.
You know, I saw that show this morning, and I was so proud of you. And then it sank in that this would tear us even further apart. You knew that.
It's not going to be forever, baby. My grandfather is going to win this battle.
My grandfather doesn't agree.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
He saw your show, you know. His secretary told me.
So what was his reaction?
My grandfather and Kim were in the middle of a meeting with some business associates. They tuned in just in time to hear you vow that the Asian people would have their dream realized. You promised them.
I had to give those people some hope.
And now you've made an enemy of my grandfather and my brother. Don't you see? I'm just so frightened for you.
We warn you, Wu. If Kim gets in serious trouble with the police...
Do not jump to conclusions.
I repeat, if he's in trouble, then the plans for the new cannery will be cancelled. Now, let's deal with the issue at hand. The major issue as far as this council is concerned.
The threat posed by the Asian cooperative?
Exactly. Their dream must be killed.
Do you want to get rid of the Ancient One?
Do you think we'd be so foolish as to make a martyr of that man?
And gentlemen, what action shall we take?
Not we. You. You will silence his grandson, Dr. Chung, if necessary.
If necessary. What do you mean?
You will be the judge of that. Or perhaps the guards will step in and manage a second hit-and-run accident?
Shaolin, you do not understand my grandson.
I understand perfectly. With lieutenants like Kim, you do not need enemies, Mr. Wu.
He is totally devoted to the organization.
Devotion might be very helpful.
Yes, perhaps, but he's a little ambitious, and young men on the rise are often very rash.
How can you let Scorphio leave with that gun? You're supposed to be protecting me and my grandfather.
You answer my questions, and maybe I can protect you. So far, you've been of no help. All I've gotten is a bunch of excuses.
Well, maybe we should get ourselves another lawyer.
Maybe your grandfather should get himself another lieutenant. You're no good to him as far as I can see.
Where do you get off talking to me like that? My grandfather won't like that one bit.
Your grandfather would be more upset if you knew how you were avoiding my questions. Now you tell me, and you tell me fast, the facts, Kim. Did you fire that gun? Yes or no?
Yes.
How many times?
I shot it 3 times, but only in self-defense.
Elaborate, please.
Now, the first time was when I was in the Asian quarter and I was attacked by a man. I shot at him 1 time.
Did you hit or miss?
Well, I don't know if I...
Well, surely you know whether you hit him or not. Simple enough question. Did you hit him or not?
Did I hit him? Well, I'm not absolutely sure. I was pretty shook up. There's a lot of confusion down
Did you
there.
report the attack to the police?
No, that much I'm sure of.
All right. Now, the second time, where were you?
I was in a warehouse on the waterfront. After the same guy, and I fired twice.
Still seeking justice.
Of course.
Why didn't you ask the police for help?
Because I was trying to not cause any problems for my grandfather.
Is that a question or an answer?
It's my answer. You asked me and I told you. Or maybe you've got a better answer for me.
You have bought yourself a large piece of trouble, my young gung-ho friend. That is, if you indeed hit anyone with a bullet from that gun.
Well, I don't know if I actually...
Oh, sure. You don't know if you did. You don't know if you didn't. You're trying so hard not to make trouble for your grandfather. Do you know the man you shot at? Well?
Yeah, I know who he was. It was Frisco Jones. Can you blame me? Where have you been? Frisco Jones is a man wanted by the police. He's violating his bail. Still is. I recognized the guy and went after him.
So you shot him?
Well, I don't know if I shot him. I just know I was trying to defend myself. Making a citizen's arrest. That's all I was doing. Putting Frisco Jones where he belongs. In jail.